Welcome to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining us today because we're talking about something that is, quite literally, shifting the world right under our feet. Artificial intelligence is no longer just some sci-fi concept or an experiment locked away in a university research lab. It's here, it's completely transforming industries, and most importantly for us, it is creating life-changing career opportunities. Today, we're demystifying the whole AI industry. We're going to prove that you absolutely do not need a PhD in computer science to transition into this field and actually thrive. In fact, as you'll see, your unique background might just be your biggest asset. Okay, let's take a really quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll be hitting the AI job market boom, finding your AI career path, building real AI systems, consulting for small businesses, AI tools you can use, and finally, mapping out your very own AI transition roadmap. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI job market boom. I know when a lot of people hear about this AI tsunami, the knee-jerk reaction is anxiety, right? Fears of job displacement and a totally chaotic economy. But honestly, when you actually look at the data, that fear completely flips into massive, unprecedented opportunity. I mean, the global AI market is on track to reach an eye-watering $3.68 trillion by 2030. That kind of capital infusion isn't just about getting slightly faster software. It's about a total economic restructuring. This growth is projected to bring 78 million new jobs worldwide. And we are talking about life-changing compensation here. Entry-level salaries in the AI and automation space are comfortably sitting between $90,000 and $140,000. But there's a really interesting paradox happening in the hiring market right now. It's all about this signal-to-noise ratio. Right now, pretty much everyone is an AI user. We have this huge oversupply of folks who know how to log in, bang out a basic prompt, and proudly slap prompt engineer on their LinkedIn profile. That is the noise. The signal, what companies are practically begging for, are AI builders. These are the folks who do more than just chat with an AI. They're designing the workflows, they're orchestrating complex systems, and they're actually plugging AI into real everyday business processes. So, your crucial takeaway here is this. The market doesn't need more AI chatters. It urgently needs AI builders. If you can make that jump from just using the tools to actually building with them, you become undeniably valuable. Moving right along to Section 2, finding your AI career path. So, how do you actually find your footing here, especially if you're a non-technical worker who hasn't spent the last 5 years staring at code? Well, by 2026, the market is clearly shaking out into 3 main roles. First up, the AI researcher. These are the brain creators, the folks with advanced math and computer science degrees inventing brand new algorithms. But skip that and look at the next 2, the applied AI engineer and the AI automation specialist. This right here, this is where the massive demand and low-code opportunities are hiding. These roles are all about taking existing models and integrating them into reality to operate systems. You don't need to invent the engine, You just need to know how to drive the car. And this shift toward practical application, it's completely changing the tech itself. The industry is waking up to the fact that bigger is definitely not always better for real-world business use. We're seeing a huge pivot away from those massive, incredibly expensive, general-purpose large language models towards small language models, or SLMs. Seriously, small is the new big. Enterprises want models that are cost-efficient, lockdown secure, and lightning fast, deployed directly on their own local data. Which brings us to our next key takeaway. You don't need to invent algorithms. Instead, lean hard on your existing domain knowledge to apply and orchestrate these AI models. Whether you know HR, sales, or logistics, that deep industry context, that is your ultimate superpower when you're building applied AI systems. All right, Section 3, building real AI systems. We've talked about the career paths, but let's get into the weeds. What do the day-to-day mechanics actually look like? What are these professionals building? In 2 words, AI agents. Think of an AI agent like a highly capable digital employee. And to do its job, it basically needs 3 things. First, the brain. That's your language model handling the actual reasoning and planning. Second, memory. The ability to remember past interactions and context so it doesn't wake up with amnesia every time you talk to it. And third, tools. The ability to actually reach out and take external action, like sending an email or pulling up a database. Now, to use those tools, agents rely on APIs. And look, I know, application programming interface sounds incredibly intimidating, but honestly, just think of it like a vending machine. You punch a specific button with your request, and the machine drops your response right into the tray. You don't need to understand the complex wiring inside the machine. You just need to know which button gives you the chips. APIs let your AI agent push the buttons on other apps, like your Google Calendar or your company's Slack. Let's make this super concrete with a highly specific, real-world example built in a platform called N8N. And get this, done entirely without code. Imagine building a personal trail run agent for yourself. At 5 a.m., a trigger wakes the agent up. It uses its tools to peek at your Google Calendar to see exactly how much free time you have today. Then it pings a weather API to check the forecast and the air quality. It takes all that data, actively reasons through it, cross-references a Google Sheet of your favorite local trails, and finally it emails you the absolute perfect running recommendation for that specific day. It's literally reasoning and adapting on the fly. So the key takeaway here is pretty profound. Agents use dynamic reasoning to complete tasks, completely outclassing rigid, old-school, rule-based automations. Think about it. A standard automation just breaks if it starts raining. But an agent, it sees the rain, pivots, and suggests the indoor track instead. Let's shift gears to Section 4, Consulting for Small Businesses. Let's smoothly pivot from cool personal projects to a genuinely lucrative career option. AI consulting for small and mid-market enterprises, or SMEs. Look, small businesses are feeling intense pressure right now. Inflation, tight budgets, and the desperate need to innovate. If you can help them plug in these AI systems, you're delivering massive, immediate wins. Take this real-world case study. A regional electronics distributor used AI to optimize their seasonal ordering patterns. By slashing their overstock costs by 30%, they literally saved an average of $1,200 every single month. I mean, that is straight-up margin protection right there. And here is exactly why this is such an easy sell to small businesses right now. Low-code/no-code API integrations deliver rapid savings without forcing them to rip out and abandon their legacy systems. Trust me, small businesses do not want to replace their entire infrastructure. You just come in, use those API vending machines to bridge their old systems with new AI brains, protect their hard-earned capital, and deliver an incredibly fast return on investment. Next up, Section 5, AI tools you can use. Let's zoom in on another really practical transition opportunity, the exploding field of AI content creation and video editing. This is a space where AI is completely leveling the playing field for everyone. For the pros, you've got Adobe Premiere rolling out mind-blowing text-based editing. For the creatives out there, platforms like Runway are letting folks generate stunning videos straight from text prompts using their Gen 3 model. Then you've got Synthesia, which is basically changing corporate training forever with AI avatars that perfectly lip sync in over 130 languages. And for marketers, tools like Pictory are an absolute dream, instantly turning your blog posts and text into fully captioned social media videos. The big takeaway here is crystal clear. Advanced AI tools empower non-technical users to produce professional, high-value content incredibly efficiently. You really don't need a decade of editing experience under your belt anymore. These platforms are fantastic, practical stepping stones to building a really profitable digital skill set. And finally, Section 6, your AI transition roadmap. So we've covered the massive market size, the specific roles, the tech, and the tools. Now let's tie all of this together into a concrete, actionable plan for you. Because what can feel like this totally daunting, chaotic AI landscape, it's actually just a series of very clear, sequential milestones. This roadmap proves that getting to mastery is just a step-by-step process. Let's walk through this standard 15-month path. You spend your first 3 months just laying a solid foundation in programming and math. Then, months 4 through 7, you dive deep into core AI and machine learning concepts. By month 8, you're getting your hands dirty learning how to actually engineer and deploy these models into production. That's the MLOps phase. Months 11 and 12 are all about data infrastructure, which is totally the lifeblood of AI. And finally, months 13 through 15, you pick your specialization and really build out those leadership skills. It just goes to show that with maybe 10 to 15 hours of focused learning a week, a high-paying AI career and true financial freedom are completely within your reach in just over a year. We've seen the off-the-charts demand, we've seen the practical tools, and now you have the roadmap to actually get there. The economic shifts we're talking about today are truly historic, but they are absolutely accessible if you're just willing to learn. So I want to leave you with this one thought. The AI tsunami is officially here. So are you going to watch from the sidelines, or are you going to step up and build the future? The choice is entirely yours. But that first step, it starts today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.